All right, my friends, this is your 8-minute warning. We're going to get started here in 8 minutes. Go ahead and grab the link that you clicked on to join the call here today. Send it out to anyone that you have invited or anyone that you love. Even if you haven't invited them yet, now's the time. Say, hey, I'm in this awesome call for the next hour, learning a little bit about an amazing opportunity, and thought I'd share this with you if you want to hop in and take a look. Way to go, Moneta. Sharing it again. I love it. Okay, we'll be back here in 7, 8 minutes to get started. Those of you who are watching on YouTube, we have a handful of people on YouTube. I recommend coming over to the Zoom. It's going to be a better experience. We have the whole chat party happening over here. So come on over to Zoom. The link I've already put in the comments there below the YouTube video, okay? And with that, we'll see you guys in a few minutes. Okay, friends, this is your 3, 4 minute warning. We're going to get started here in just a few minutes. If you haven't yet, grab a piece of paper and a pen to take notes. We're going to be covering a lot of information here today, especially those of you that are here for the first time. If you're on YouTube, I recommend click the link to join the Zoom in the comments. We've got plenty of room over here on Zoom, and we'd love to have you participating in the chat. This is where the party happens. And yep, we'll get started here in a couple minutes. Welcome, 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 my friends. We haven't even hit our start time yet. We still have a minute to go, and the house is already packed. We've got dozens and dozens of you live over here on Zoom, a couple people over on YouTube. I'm glad we got some of our YouTube friends to jump over here to Zoom. If you haven't done that yet and you're watching on YouTube, this is the place to be. To get things started, I want to just see who we have here. Let's give people 2 more minutes to join. Um, and let's see, we've got Missouri. Alicia, how's it going? Or Alicia, good to have you. Carol from Virginia. We've got Amy, North Carolina. We've got Canada in the house. Lisa, North Carolina, California. We've got Antonio. Excited to meet you, my friend. Good to have you here from the Philippines. Arizona, Calgary, Utah. Amy, let's bring more Utahns here. Antonio's from Cebu. I love it. Amazing, amazing. We have a bunch more people coming in to the waiting room now. Perth, Australia. Sean, you're up early. Maryland's in the house. North Carolina. What a cool call. Ohio, Tennessee, Georgia. Tiffany's proud of Georgia. I love Georgia. You know, one of my favorite places in the world that I've ever taught an event was in this lady's cabin up in the mountains in Georgia, overlooking this gorgeous lake. What a beautiful place. Okay. Alabama as well. I love it. Okay, my friends. Well, I think the waiting room has slowed down a little bit, so let's dive in to our content. I'd like to officially welcome all of you out. My name's Matt Hall. I'll give a brief introduction of myself here in a minute, but I'm not the most important person in this story. You are. And the second person is the person that invited you here today. And I love to start these calls out with dropping gratitude. So you can either drop a message of gratitude in the chat for the person that invited you to be here today, or you can send them a text or a message. Our Filipinos, you can send it on Viber, or if you want to send it in Messenger, just send a message to the person that invited you here today and say, hey, I'm so excited for this call. I wanted to thank you personally for inviting me to be here. I've learned that gratitude opens the doorway to so much in our lives. It really is the gateway to abundance. And we're going to be talking a lot about that here tonight. So, um, with that, as soon as yep, we're seeing some gratitude in the chat. Love it. Doesn't that feel good? It just feels good to be grateful, you know? Uh, okay. Way to go, Jennifer. Okay, so introducing myself very briefly. You guys are wondering, who's this guy? Why am I listening to his voice this evening or this morning or this afternoon, depending on where you are in the world? My name is Matt Hall. I have had the honor of working with this multi-billion dollar wellness brand, doTERRA, now for over a third of my life, 13 years that Shantae is my wife, that we have dedicated to sharing the mission and the message of this incredible company. Um, and that's really all you need to know about me. We got started because my wife was struggling with her emotions, was going through one of the hardest, most difficult periods of her life. She's had lots of traumatic experiences in her youth, and well, really one big one in her youth. And it was kind of triggered, and as can happen when we go through difficult things, or anyone who's struggled with anxiety or depression or anything like that in the past, you know that it can get triggered and come in seasons and in waves. And she was in one of those dark seasons of her life when a friend introduced her to three bottles of the product, one of the product categories that our company doTERRA sells. And she was a customer for an entire year before she even knew that there was a business opportunity. Some of you are joining here today and you're just learning about doTERRA tonight and already learning about the business. That's super fun. But for her, she used these three bottles of oil for an entire year. They provided amazing support for her. And when she came back to Utah and shared them with me, I'll confess that at first I was the skeptical husband with my arms crossed, saying, "How, what is this? How are these oils going to actually help people?" Um, Very quickly, she was smart and she knew that if she could help me with one of my health issues, that I would become a believer and fall in love with the products. And so she gave me a sample. And I'll tell that story in a minute, but the rest is kind of history. And for the last 13 years, we've been sharing about these products. Now, the reason why we're here tonight is to give you an introduction to the company doTERRA. And if you're not familiar yet, which some of you are, if you are already a fan of doTERRA products, put fan in the comments. If you've already used the products and had a positive experience, put fan. Okay, awesome. Awesome. We got lots of fans here, super fans. Amazing. Now, if you haven't used the products yet, or you haven't, this is not going to be an in-depth product call, but I am going to cover some overall categories that I think you'll be super impressed with. And some of you are coming to this call from a place of curiosity. If you're someone who's curious to learn a little bit more about the doTERRA business, like maybe you've used the products in the past, but the business you're not really sure about or how it works and you're curious, you can put curious in the chat. Would love to know if that's you. If you're skeptical like I was, that's fine too. Put skeptical in the chat. Hopefully we can help you through some of your questions here tonight. And if you're someone, we already saw the people that are already, super fans. So yeah, a lot of curiosity. Cool. I love it. You were on another call on Sunday. Sweet. Okay, so doTERRA as a company, we started in 2008, right in Pleasant Grove, Utah, the same city that I live in. And this company over the last several years has grown to be a huge wellness revolution. We do over $2 billion in global sales. So as you analyze this company and this opportunity, I want you to realize that you are stepping into one of the fastest growing movements in the world of wellness right now, where millions of people already have seen the value and the vision of what we're doing. Excuse me, and we're accelerating at a faster and faster pace. You can see we already have a presence and customers in 155 countries, and we're constantly opening new markets. Most recently, Chile, the UAE, El Salvador, amongst others. This year is Turkey and maybe one or two others. So that's a little bit about the company. We're going to go deep into some different categories and share lots of information with you here tonight. But I'm curious because we're here to talk about the business of doTERRA, and hopefully all of you are analyzing this as a potential business for yourself. That's why you're here. I'm curious how you would describe the perfect business for you. Like Anna, looking at your life right now, what would you categorize or what would be some characteristics of the perfect business? Can we see some answers in the chat? Like, what would, if you were to start a new business right now, what would you be looking for? Okay, Wendy would like to work from anywhere. Rachel would like some time freedom. Yeah. What else? The ability to travel, pick your own hours, more time with the family, free from the 9 to 5. The 9 to 5 can be a grind. Uh, Freedom. I see a lot of freedom. Family, no hard selling. Yeah, nobody wants to be a sleazy salesman. That's for sure. Uh, when I don't work, money still rolls in. Ooh, that sounds like magic. That sounds like magic. I think we can provide some of that magic here tonight. Okay. Earn money while I sleep. I love it. Okay, so have customers buying even while you're sleeping. Yeah, that's cool. Help people. Oh, now you're speaking my language. We have to be about good work, right? And serving people. Like to do work with people that I like. Okay. I love it. Cool. So it sounds like you guys have a lot of the same desires that I had and have. And I'm going to hopefully pitch you on doTERRA being the perfect blend of these three categories. Okay. The first is a place for you to build a scalable, residual, get paid while you sleep type of income. We're going to talk about how that's possible. Okay. The second category is lifestyle. I saw, most of the comments in the chat were actually around lifestyle, things that you'd like to do, like being able to have more time with your families or your family, or freedom to choose your hours or where you live, things like that. So we'll talk a little bit about lifestyle. And then we're going to talk about impact. And impact for me is the most important thing. I have dear friends of mine who make an incredible income, but they usually when you have a great income, it comes at a sacrifice of lifestyle. Okay. Usually when you have a big impact in the work that you do, oftentimes, many times it doesn't come with as much income, or maybe it also challenges your lifestyle. And so, what we believe is that doTERRA, this business opportunity, helps you to, no matter what you do in your professional life right now, kind of round out these three categories of your life. We're not here to tell you you need to substitute what you're doing and just, abandon your current career, but that as you introduce doTERRA alongside what you're doing, you're going to bring a better balance into your life of these three things. We'll go through each one here together. So the first one that I like to start with is impact part one, and we're going to bookend our conversation talking about impact. Um, and it's impossible to talk about a business without first going through the products. We wanted to show you a vision, and this is not, again, it's not a detailed look into all of our products and the science. You're going to want to get with the person that invited you here tonight after this call to really dive into our catalog and see everything. But I want to show you some macro trends in the marketplace today. And the reason why I want to do that is I learned early on in my life that just by observing, 35 years of just observing the world, I've learned that you can make a lot of money by either helping a lot of people solve small problems. Okay, so an example might be that you build an app that people, love to use to solve a small problem. Like I use this app for tuning my guitar, and ads pop up on that app. And so whoever made that app, right, they're making money by solving a small problem for a lot of people. Okay, that's one way to make good money. The next way to make good money is solving big problems for a small group of people. One time, someone in my household, and I won't say who, but it was my wife. Okay, I said who. So one time she left the bathtub on a little too long. Okay, and the water overflowed and it dripped through the ceiling and caused a need for some renovations. Okay. And I've done it too. I've actually done the exact same thing in our house more recently than her. But this time was pretty bad. And we had to hire someone, and they came in and they charged us a premium price for a big problem that we had. So that's the second way to make a big income is you solve big problems for a small group of people. They can't really do that for a huge hundreds of thousands of people, right? But that's another way to earn a good income. But what we've found with doTERRA is a way for us to solve big problems for a lot of people. That's why it's become this multi-billion-dollar company, is we're solving big problems for a big group of people, which makes it just a massive, massive opportunity. So let's go through some of these big problems that people struggle with today. And this will just give you an idea of some of the categories that we serve people in. First of all, we are a wellness company. I would guess that in 2025, we, got close to $2 trillion as a wellness market in the world. That's huge. So constantly growing. And what are the biggest categories or demands in the wellness space? Well, one of the biggest is digestive health. Okay. Digestive health. And I like to start with this one because it's the one that got me into doTERRA. When my wife gave me a sample, it was for a product to help me with a digestive issue that I had struggled with for almost a decade of my life. Um, so 50% of the population are making gut health a higher priority. They realize that, yes, our hormones are created and triggered from our gut. The absorption of the nutrients that we're eating in our food depends on the health of your gut. Your mental wellness, even your sleep, is impacted by the health of your gut. So this is a huge priority for people. We have several products to help with this category. DigestZen is the one that converted me. All I did was put a drop under my tongue and put a drop on my stomach every day. And over the course of a couple months, I was able to feel totally balanced in my digestive system. And that is what opened my eyes, thinking, how many people in the world have these issues? So as I go through each of these categories, I want you to be thinking, do I know someone that has complained to me about headaches or has complained to me about this or that? And, each thing that I'm about to talk through here today. Um, and if you're someone who has had benefit from our DigestZen or our probiotic products, for example, or TerraZyme, any of our digestive products, put your personal experience in the chat so that everyone can follow along. And to our handful of people on YouTube, click the link to join Zoom in the comments so you can come and see our chat, okay? But we have great probiotic, post, prebiotics that are going to help you in your digestive system. And TerraZyme, which is not in this picture, is my very favorite of our digestive products. If you ever deal with bloating or indigestion or want to help to absorb the nutrients of your food, those enzymes breaking down the digestive and metabolic enzymes do miracles. Okay. So just to show you how big of a category this is, for our company in 2018, this was about 1 to 2% of our sales globally or in the US, excuse me, these are US sales. And this last couple of years, it's gone all the way up to 5% of this multi-billion-dollar company's revenue is coming from these digestive products. And this trend is only growing. I anticipate we'll be at 10% of our sales will be this product category. That shows how many people in the world are struggling with their digestive health. Let's talk about the second highest priority, sleep. And it's considered the biggest unmet need in the marketplace today, according to this McKinsey study. We know that sleep impacts every area of your life. If you don't sleep well, I'm sorry, but you're not as good of a father as you could be. At least I'm not. If you don't sleep well, you're not as good of a mother or a son or a brother, right? Like it just affects every single aspect of our lives. And we have some of the best solutions in the world for sleep. We have this amazing sleep soft gel. We've got the Serenity stick. We have our Serenity oil. I like to just breathe in the oil for 30 seconds to a minute, put it on the bottom of my feet, rub it on my pillow before going to sleep. And it helps tremendously. Okay. If you have, and we have other products, vetiver, cedarwood. My wife is a vetiver addict. She has a vetiver roll-on that she uses every night and sleeps like a log. If you've had a positive experience, I'm loving seeing all the comments about DigestZen. If you've had a positive experience with Serenity, throw it in the chat and tell us all about it. Okay. I would love to see that. And let's just shout out. We've got almost 100 people here live between Zoom and YouTube. This is so cool. Grateful that, this opportunity is attracting so many people that want to learn more and represent all of the goodness that we have. So let's move on to the next big issue. How many people today, this is a huge trend, 70% of people in the UK and the US, and even more in Asia and across the world, are prioritizing and purchasing more products for longevity. We want to live longer and we want to live with more health inside of the years that we're living. Um, and so we've got an amazing product line, the best collagen in the world that's freeze dried, 70% tripeptides. So you actually absorb the collagen. And it comes with many other ingredients like NMN, which are amazing precursors for longevity. Our Assist product is one of my favorites. It helps to lower blood sugar levels and soften the spikes, the peaks and the valleys when you take it 20 minutes before your largest meal of the day. Then we have our soft gels, which help to inhibit the fat cell maturation in the body, and just avoiding getting bigger is a great thing. So this product has been miraculous for so many people, this product line, and is another big solution that we bring. So ask yourself, okay, we've already talked about, let's see, do you know anyone that struggles with digestive issues? Do you know anyone that struggles with sleep and has complained to you about sleep? Do you know anyone who would like to live longer and feel younger and healthier as they age, right? Do you know anyone that eats food? Okay. Anyone that eats food today, we do not get from our food the amount of nutrition that we used to get. It's something like it's something like one fifth, if I remember right, one fifth of the nutrition that used to be in our food 50 years ago because of commercial practices, um, because of pesticides, because of processed foods, all of the different things, the GMOs. That's the word I was looking for. Um, so the VMG and our Lifelong Vitality, these are some of our top selling products. They help to fill the gaps in your overall nutrition. Same with our Omega product. And these have quickly become among the products that I never miss a day of my VMG and Omega. The Omega is so clean and so good and pure and high quality that you can actually chew the capsule and you won't get any fishy taste at all. It tastes amazing. So that's a big need in the marketplace that we solve. Now, the one that we're famous for is actually the essential oils. And it's funny, we talk about all the supplements, but still to this day, 70% of our multi-billion dollar sales annually comes from this category. And it's the category that creates the most curiosity, that people are like, oh, how do those oils work? What's the science behind them? Do they really work the way they say? And they're honestly the products that create the most profound testimonials that we see inside of our company. The essential oils you can think of as messenger molecules that help to balance body systems. So if you struggle with respiratory issues, we have a blend called Breathe, which helps to strengthen and balance that body system. If you struggle with digestive issues, the DigestZen, right? And so on and so forth. So you could name any issue that you have, and you're free to do so in the chat. And the people that know the products will give you some suggestions on what can help you. But I want to see what's the craziest essential oil experience that you have had personally, or that you have helped a client or a customer with? I'd love to see those experiences in the chat for those who are brand new to this world, to see all of the amazing results that people see with them. Okay. Go ahead and put a testimonial in the chat. I know everyone on this call that's already used the oils has a great story to tell. Now, purity is important, and this is part of what makes this opportunity so good. And we're about to move on to our next section. But we are the only certified pure tested grade essential oils in the world. What that means is that we don't have any fillers or additives, and we transparently post a test for every bottle that is sold of essential oil. You can see transparently every chemical constituent that's in the bottle that's in your hand. We're the only company that does that, and that level of trust has made us the largest essential oil company in the world. Also, third-party studies like this one from APRC showed that there were, out of the top 50 essential oil companies in the world, only 3 of them consistently had pure oils. We were one of those. And the reason why this is so important is this is a good example. This study from Roseman University documented something called the oil effect, where they proved that yes, doTERRA essential oils help with cell growth, rejuvenation, metabolic health. They fight inflammation, they increase immunity. But when they tested other brands of essential oil, they found that their results were either minimal or opposite. They created opposite cellular signaling effects. What does that mean? Imagine you buy a frankincense essential oil from Amazon or Walmart, right? Thinking that it's going to help reduce inflammation. Well, it's not going to be fully pure. It just isn't in the marketplace today. And what happens when you take an oil like that is it's going to either have very minimal benefit or even opposite. Imagine it increasing inflammation when your goal was to decrease inflammation. Okay. That's why purity is so important, and why more medical professionals, more hospitals, more doctors are using this brand than any other in the world. This is a video you can watch on YouTube about the St. Elizabeth Cancer Center, which is pretty cool. Um, so that's the end of our first section. When we talk about impact, obviously no one wants to represent a brand or products that don't make a deep impact in the world. And if you're seeing the chat, you see why we are so grateful that we were introduced, to this company, is because of these types of experiences that we've been through, right? And I say we, all of us that are on this call. So can you impact people deeper than in their cells? I don't know if there's anything that brings more gratitude from others than when you help them in their health. I think the majority of people who have worked with us for a while have received text messages or audio messages that have brought tears to their eyes just from that feeling of, emotional revenue. We're going to talk about financial revenue, but there's emotional revenue that you earn when you are out there helping people in a profound way and impacting them positively. And our products do that. The last metric that I'll share with you on this subject is our retention. And this is important for any business. When you acquire customers, how many stick around? How good are the products really? Well, the average brand in our space only retains 20 or 15 to 20% of customers that come back to order for a second time. That's just ordering for a second time. We have a 75% return rate of our customers coming back to order again. That is absolutely incredible. And what you'll learn as I walk you through the income side of what we do, that's important because you earn not just the first time a customer that you referred purchases, but every time they purchase for the rest of your life. Okay. So that's our impact category. Now let's talk about the lifestyle. Okay. Lisa said that is why I started the business. Honestly, that's why most people do. They're loving the products and they think, oh, I'm already talking about these products. I could talk a little bit louder. I could be a little bit bolder and build a business, right? And that's really all that it takes. So let's talk about lifestyle. You guys described for me previously kind of the ideal business for you. And it's funny that when we do that, the majority of things that come in are actually lifestyle questions, right? It's not like, some people, it's how can I earn the most? But for most people, it's how can I earn the most while having an amazing lifestyle? This really matters. Being able to spend time with our family. This is a business that is a family business. And I told the story earlier today of my daughter. She's 9 years old, and she came to me and said, "Dad, I want to make some money. How could I make some money?" She wanted to earn a laptop so she could write a book on a laptop. And I said, "I don't know, honey, what do you think?" And she said, "Well, can I sell some doTERRA? Can I sell some oils like you?" And I said, "Well, you sure can try." And she loaded up her wagon and she hit the streets. And in 2 afternoons, my daughter made over $200 and had enough money to go and buy her laptop. This is a 9-year-old girl. Okay. So if my daughter, a 9-year-old girl, can go out and move these products, I think you can do better than her. Okay. She is pretty cute though. So that helps. Way cuter than I am. So anyway, but this is a business that you can include your family and you can do it from your home. My wife and I have worked from home now for 13 years, being around our kids full time. Location independence. You can take it wherever you want in the world. We've had the privilege of going to Brazil for 3 months at a time, twice as a family, spending a month in India, spending months in Mexico, building our business, and also exposing our kids to new cultures. And so if you live in the big city and you'd love to live in the country, you can take your doTERRA income with you. If you live in the country and would love to move to the big city, you can do that as well. The work amount is totally up to you. You can choose to be very ambitious and work very hard and achieve more, or you can honestly, you can treat it as a hobby and just earn an additional income. So it can be an extra income or an extraordinary income, as we like to say. It's up to you. The friends of the community is maybe the best part of what we do. Your life changes, your quality of life changes when you're surrounded by people that are actively striving to make the world a better place together. That friendship and that community is a powerful, powerful thing. And there are also collateral benefits that I always talk about. Like I've had realtors join our team and immediately start selling twice as many homes because they're inserted into this community of people that trust them. And so as soon as you're in the community, people want to support each other. I've also had restaurant owners in my team that all of a sudden all of the people on our team want to go and eat at that restaurant to support that individual. So there are collateral benefits, and I'm sure that people in the chat can attest to this. Okay, free travel. Um, I'm curious. Drop in the chat those of you that have already worked with doTERRA for a while. What's one place that you have traveled for free thanks to this company? Lay it on me. Rachel's been to Mexico. Lisa is leaving for the DR on Sunday, fully paid for. I love it. Paul and Vanessa Jordan. Oh, that was a trip of a lifetime, wasn't it? Portland, amazing. Hawaii. Ooh, I could use a Hawaii trip right now. Mexico, the DR, Nepal, Caribbean, Punta Cana, Europe, Cancun, Nepal, cruise, Bulgaria, Pennsylvania. I want to go see the birch so bad. Kenya, Oregon, Bulgaria, cruise, Sarasota. That's a cool one. Another cruise, New Zealand. Okay, so it's pretty amazing the amount of places that you can go to for free. Every year, my wife and I get a couple trips for free from this company. So that's a lot of fun. And then time freedom. Time freedom is really different than the amount that you work. It's the ability, in my opinion, to scale an income. And we often compare this to, in the typical corporate environment, you have a vice president of sales, and then you have the supervisors and the managers and the salespeople. And there's only ever one vice president of sales. And so in the corporate environment, you have one person stepping on the next to try to get to the top, and they are leveraging the time of an effort of several people, right? Similarly, here, you're able to build a team, but anyone that wants to can be that VP of sales and build a team and leverage time and energy from the team that they're training and growing. So that makes it so that we've had months where we had to take a month off of the business, and our income continued to grow. So it's not only about working less and earning more, making money while you sleep, like someone said in the chat. It's also, do you have the ability to step away when you need to step away for a period of time for health reasons or whatever it may be, and still create abundance for yourself and your family? Now we're going to end, or not end, but we're going to move on now to income, okay? Because income is a big part of a business. You're not going to do a business for free, right? You want to make money and have a clear understanding of how it works. I'm going to walk you through that. And also, I'm going to give you a game plan for what I would do just starting out to start getting to the first benchmarks of success, a really clear view of return on activity, okay? And this is kind of fun. This is a screenshot of actually our monthly income in doTERRA from the month that we started all the way until our most recent rank advancement of Double Diamond. And you can see that there are lots of periods of ups and downs where maybe there was 6 months of decline or a year of decline in some cases. But over the long term, this is a place where you can build a scalable, solid, sustainable income for yourself. And these lower months here, it looks like they're insignificant, but this is actually thousands of dollars a month in earnings, okay? 5 or 6,000 that we were earning during this phase here. So it's not overnight. We're not selling a get rich quick. This takes years of work, but you can build something truly remarkable for yourself financially. Let's break down how it works. We get paid for 3 things inside of our business. The first is acquisition. So let's say you use the Serenity products and have an amazing night's sleep for the first time in a long time, and you get really excited, and you end up talking to your neighbor at church and saying, "Hey, I just had the best night's sleep of my life." And they say, "Oh, really? What are you doing differently?" And you tell them about Serenity. Okay. They say, "Well, turns out I don't sleep well either. Could I try that?" And you say, absolutely. You send them your referral link and they purchase the products. You just acquired a new customer and you will earn a commission for that acquisition. Okay. Now, the second thing that we get paid for is retention. If you support that customer, you go back over to her house the next day and say, hey, I just wanted to know, how did it go? How did it go? And she'll say, oh, I didn't feel anything yet. And you could say, that's okay. Use it again tonight. Sometimes it takes 2 or 3 days to really notice the difference. Okay. And for your body to reset. Okay. It takes time sometimes. So you go back, you're supporting that customer. She says, wow, this is amazing. And then she buys again next month. Well, guess what? You're going to earn a commission again. Different than a typical affiliate program that just pays you the first time someone buys. doTERRA will honor the fact that you referred a customer for the rest of your life. And even after you're in a box in the ground, if your customers are still ordering, doTERRA will pay your children. Okay. You can pass your account on to your children if you want to and build truly a legacy income. So that's pretty fun. Retention, you get paid continually moving forward. The third thing is duplication. Like I said, if you want to build a team and find people that are passionate about sharing the products, then you can earn a percentage on the total sales of the organization that you have built. What does that look like? Right here in this graph, you can see a summary. I'm not going to go super in depth. You can get any questions answered after the call from the person that invited you here today. But just to summarize, you become an elite in doTERRA when 3,000 in sales is happening through your organization. That might be 30 people buying $100 worth of product, which is very common, or it might be 15 people buying 200, which is also very common. And your average earnings would be about $400 to $500 per month. Okay. Now I'm curious, no matter where you're at right now, if you got an extra $400 or $500 per month coming in, what would you use that for? Tell me in the chat. What would you use it for? Like right now, I hand you $500. What would that go towards? Okay. Ooh, wedding planning, Lisa. That's fun. Pay off some debt. Absolutely. That's a good cause. Traveling a little more, a little vacation fund. Grandbabies. I love it. Paying off a car. Okay. Your business, supporting your family. Amazing. Okay. So it's not that hard to get to this level. Okay. I'm not going to tell you that getting to the highest levels of success with us is going to be easy, but I will say that getting to this level is not that difficult. Okay. We can get you there and we have a roadmap that I'll show you in a minute. Then Premier is when your team together, you guys are doing 5,000 in sales. Some people do this all on their own, just with their own customers. That's an average of about $1,000 a month. Our organization has helped just under 5,000 people reach this level of Premier. The company, it's been tens of thousands of people. So we're not talking about something that only a handful of people have achieved, right? Then you can see it continues to grow. I always like to highlight silver as well as this diamond level. We have we have helped over 200 people just in our team reach this level of diamond. And the company, it's thousands of people that have reached diamond. That's, an average of 10,000 or more a month. And I'm curious, just so we can shout out you guys that are on the call, who do we have on here that's already an elite or a premier or a silver or a diamond? Go ahead and put in the chat so we can see. Let's see if this is possible. Okay, Wendy, where are you at? Lisa Premier. Oh, this is going too fast. Let me scroll up. Okay. Lisa Premier, Sandy's a diamond. Lisa's a gold. Rachel's a blue diamond. One of the best I know, by the way. Sophia's a premier. Mike's a gold. Suzanne, that's my mama. She's a diamond. Amanda's a platinum. Manetta is a gold. Gold, elite, premier, diamond, elite, premier, gold, presidential diamond, premier, elite, silver, elite. Okay. So you can see just from this call that a lot of people are making this happen. Okay. And we have the roadmap to help you do it too. Now, how do the actual earnings work? I want to just give you a summary and then we're going to walk through the clear plan for you. This is our acquisition bonus, that first way that we get paid. When you refer a new customer to the company, I like to refer people to this kit personally because it has our foundational nutrition products and it has the foundational essential oils, but you can refer them to any kit. This is just an example, okay? You're going to earn 20% of this PV, okay? So you will earn, oops, let me move forward. You will earn $44 when someone that you refer purchases this kit, okay? Now, if that neighbor that you referred to buy this kit, they love the products, they get excited and they share with their daughter, then they would earn 20% and you would earn 10% on the daughter, okay, on the second level of referral. And then on the third level, you earn 5%. So the company separates out 35% of every sale and they pay it to the three people closest to the sale. Instead of paying for billboards, instead of paying for retail shops to hold their products, instead of paying for, online affiliates or something like that, they're going to pay you. All right. So that's our fast start bonus. Very simple and very, very powerful. Over the long term, you can imagine, like my wife and I have referred over 1,000 people to doTERRA. Actually, I think we're probably getting close to 1,500 or maybe we're up close to 2,000, but it's well over 1,000 people. Anytime one of those people go and sign up a new customer, we get 10%. That's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. Okay. Then we have our first retention bonus, which is called the power of three bonus. When you have a group of people, a pod is what we call it, of 500 in loyalty volume. This could be one super customer that's buying 500 in a month, or this could be 10 customers that are buying 50, or any combination, okay? You're going to earn this first level of this bonus we call the power of three, and that's $50. If you're brand new, it's actually going to be double. It's going to be 100 if you're brand new. Pretty exciting. Then, if you help three people do the same thing, you help teach them how to create loyalty with their own pod of customers, then guess what? You can earn 250. Some places in the world, you can actually earn 375, or you can earn double this second level as well. So get with the person that invited you here today to understand your specific country and what's available. Your currency is going to be different and all of that, but I'm just showing you kind of the baseline across the world. Then the third level pays 1,250. That's like a mortgage for a lot of people, or it's a really nice car payment. Like that's a really nice car. That's a really nice car, right? So I'm curious in the chat, has anyone that's on the call here today earned their first level, second level, or third level of this bonus? Show me. Let's see. Let's shout you out. Rachel's done the third level. Janet's done it. Suzanne's done it. Third level. Monetta's done it. Leah's done it. Lisa's done it. Okay, so you can see this is not, again, this is not a rare thing. All right. Then our next retention bonus is our unilevel, where we pay 3 to 7% on your second to your seventh level of referrals. That means that someone who referred someone who referred someone who referred someone who referred someone, you might not even know them, but because you've supported the team, you've trained them, you're going to earn between 3 and 7% on every sale that happens in your organization. This is the bonus that becomes the largest over the long term. Okay. And then we have these fun leadership pools where 8% of the global revenue of this multi-billion-dollar company gets divvied up monthly between these different leadership levels. And it looks a little complex on the screen, but we have videos that walk you through it. I'm just going to keep it simple and kind of show you a conservative average. So premiers, those people that are doing 5,000 in sales, with their team, it's about an extra $200 every single month that they get from this bonus. Silvers, it's about $350 a month. Golds, it's about $1,100. Platinums, $2,000. Diamonds, $3,500. Blue diamonds, $10,000, and upwards of 26 or higher for presidential diamonds. So this can become a really powerful bonus if you decide to treat this as a professional. This is the bonus that rewards leadership, your ability to lead other people. So again, you get to choose. If you want to treat this as a hobby and earn hobby type income, then you can do that. Or if you want to treat it like a professional and do it as a career, you can earn an amazing income. There's no cap. Now, what would I do if I were just getting started today? And where would I start? What would my focus be on activity? And how would you be rewarded financially for doing that? This would be my first goal. My first goal would be to be bringing in 5 new customers per month. Okay. That's less than my 9-year-old daughter did. Okay. So 5 per month, that's about 1 per week. And I think you can find one person per week that is either struggling with digestive issues or sleep issues, or wants to live longer, or wants to have their core nutrition taken care of, or could use any of the success stories that you read about the essential oils in the chat. Then the second part of this goal is to have 500 in loyal customer volume. So these are people that you've referred in the past that are reordering this month. Okay. And you're looking over time for three people that are going to run for this first goal as well. Okay. As fast as you can. But as soon as you do this, just from doing 1,000 in sales total, your team, you're going to be earning $200. Okay. 100 from that fast start bonus and 100 from the power of three in the boost. Um, Goal two is to maintain that rhythm of five new customers per month. To this day, my wife and I, we strive to do five per month. There are months every once in a while where we don't achieve that, but usually we do much more than that, right? As you gain more and more skills, it honestly, it gets easier if you just keep working. Then you're looking to now maintain a slightly larger group, about eight customers ordering 100 per month. And you want to help three people achieve that first goal that we talked about. You help three people earn $200 a month with that structure that I shared with you. And this is what you're going to earn as an elite. You would earn 250 from the fast start bonus, $500 from the power of three, 125 from the unilevel bonus for a total of 875. Now, Matt, is that a promise that as an elite I'm going to earn that much? Nope. I know elites that don't have that power of three second level built out yet. And so it's very common for an elite to make 300 or 400 or 500. That's actually the average I showed you before. But if you get strategic and if you follow this plan, there's 875 on the table for you. Okay? That's available for you. And then my third goal would be the following: maintain that rhythm of five per month, keep that 800 loyal customer volume, and help three people achieve goal two. So help three people that are earning $500 to $800 a month as elites. You become a silver with that third level power of three. And here's what you could earn. You could earn 500 in this scenario. You would earn exactly 500 from the fast start bonus, 1,500 from the power of three, 375 from the unilevel bonus, and 350 from the leadership pools for a total of 2,700. Now, again, if you look at our income disclosure document, the average new silver is making about 1,200 because they don't have that power of three finalized yet. But if you're strategic, 2,700 is on the table. Okay. I already think 1,200 would be amazing. That's, great income. But if you get strategic and you maximize the comp plan, this is what's available for you. So that's why I recommend this rhythm of you enrolling five and teaching other to do the same thing as you grow your business. Okay. So that's just a quick summary. I'm happy to pass these slides off to anybody that would like them. But this is what we get paid for: acquisition, retention, and duplication. And there really is no cap to what you can earn. My wife and I we went all the way to Presidential Diamond, and then the company lets you start over, and we went to Diamond on our second account. Okay. And we're working on getting to Blue Diamond for the second time. So you can keep going and keep growing if you choose to do so. Now, I want to wrap up our conversation because, money is important, but the impact to me and the emotional revenue that comes as a precursor to the financial revenue is really my favorite part. And the second piece of impact that we create in the world happens through the other side of our products, which is our sourcing. And if you don't know this about doTERRA, we source our products from some of the poorest regions of the developing countries around the world. And what that means is instead of buying up commercial farms, we partner directly with communities and create co-ops where we pay these agricultural individuals, we pay them 5 to 10 times more, and we help them preserve agricultural traditions in their regions, really lifting entire groups and economies out of poverty. There are many examples I could give you. I've had the privilege of going to Guatemala and seeing the hillsides where 5,000 families depend on growing cardamom essential oils and for us, which is not even one of our top sellers, but it is in Breathe, which is. And those 5,000 families live way, way better than they did before they started selling to doTERRA. I've been into the Amazon in Brazil, seeing where the people that extracted copaíba previously just exchanging copaíba for food because they couldn't even get money for it, now earn a significant and stable wage where they get paid on time instead of trading for food. I've been to India and seen similar things there, and all over the world. It's amazing to see the impact that we're having in these regions of the world. And it's actually over 100,000 jobs that are provided around the world thanks to doTERRA. Without doTERRA, that's 500,000 people that would not have food on their table if we weren't buying and selling these products. And so when we talk about doTERRA, I literally share with people that when you buy these products or when you sell them, depending on which ones you're buying and selling, it quite literally is a humanitarian act. It's one of the things that I'm the most passionate about with this company. And also, we do it in a sustainable way. We've already planted over 600,000 trees in the largest reforestation project in the United States in Hawaii. And so we do it in a way that protects the earth and honors the earth as well. Just to share it from a personal note, I had the honor of going to Kenya a couple years ago and meeting Samuel. Samuel, we drove out in Lunga Lunga, Kenya, and it's almost like you move from one economy into the next when you get into the region where doTERRA has hired people because their houses are better, things are cleaner and taken care of. And instead of buying up farmland and just hiring these people, we empower them to buy their own land. And so this individual, Samuel and his family, they have this small plot of geranium. And because of just this small field of geranium that you're seeing in this picture, his oldest daughter is the first person in the history of their family to go to university, and he's supporting her in that. His youngest daughter is also going to school, and you multiply Samuel and his story by over 5,000 people just in this region of Lunga Lunga alone. Then we have another region that's right across the mountainside, and it's profound. So it's hard to explain and express the breadth of the impact that we're having on the sourcing side of what doTERRA is doing, but it's real and it's meaningful, and we're changing communities, and that's one of the things that I love the most about what we're doing. So, I would almost like to plead with you to come and be a part of what we're doing because the impact is profound. It's going to be profound in your own life with the products. It's going to be profound in other people's lives as you share them, and the gratitude you're going to get from them will be deep and it will be meaningful and powerful. And the impact that you'll have in the world, you won't even perceive it until you have the chance to go on one of these trips. But there's no way to not get emotional after you do so. So I don't know what you're looking for. You might have come here tonight curious about the income. I hope you've got some answers to your questions as I've given you an overview. You may have come curious about the lifestyle. Maybe you have a great income, you're having a good impact in the world, but you want to have more fun. You want to go on some trips for free. Or maybe it's the impact that you're craving. You have a great income, you have a great lifestyle, but you want to be a part of something bigger than yourself. I think that's part of human nature. And so we invite you to join us in this wellness cause, this movement. I feel like we're more of a cause than we are a company. And we'd love to have you with us if it feels like a fit. Your next step is to get all of your questions answered. The person that invited you here tonight is going to send you a text or give you a call, and they're going to say, hey, what did you like the most about what you saw tonight? Okay. And I want you to share what you loved. And then I want you to get all of your hard and, your the most difficult questions you have or all of your curiosities, get them answered with that person. I'm not the one to answer your questions here tonight. They are your wellness advocate, and they're the ones who are going to walk you through the next steps. And then the first step is to just try the products. Buy a kit, try them out, live the experience, and start sharing your experiences with others. Now, we're doing something special here this month of January. We decided to do a giveaway for an iPad. So you can, whether you're on our team or not, if you join doTERRA and buy your first kit or upgrade to a wellness advocate in the next 24 hours after this call, I want you to screenshot this QR code or go to this link and fill it out, and you're going to get an entry into the giveaway. We've already had, a couple dozen people that have joined this month through these calls. We'd love for you to, join the giveaway. And this ends tonight. This is the last night that we are doing one of these calls in January. And so, if you decide to join within 24 hours, you can fill that out, one entry into the giveaway. If you joined us on a previous call and you invited a friend to be here tonight and they enroll, you get 5 additional entries. So fill it out again if someone that you brought here, enrolls within 24 hours, and we'll make sure to add you 5 more times into the giveaway, and we'll do this at the beginning of February. Okay. So I hope that this has been fun. I hope it's been insightful, and you can now get all of your questions answered with the person that invited you here tonight. I'll tell you once again, how do you get the link? Just take a screenshot of the screen and then you can type it out. Or if you just take a screenshot, go into your phone and you push on the QR code, that link will pop up for you to fill it out. Okay. Um, this has been an honor to be with you guys here tonight. I hope that I've kept it brief and bright and got you the information that you need to take the next step. You don't need to decide that this is going to be your career or your life, but I hope that at least seeing this, you make the decision to take the next step and be a part of this amazing movement that all of us that are already in it love so passionately. So thank you for your time. I honor your time. I know it's a sacrifice to be here. And I hope to see you all on our future calls. We will not be doing this call next week. I'll be in South Africa and Mozambique doing some work there, but then we'll be back the next week. And yep, so that's it for tonight. Get all your questions answered. Talk to the person that invited you, and they'll get you started. Okay, have an amazing evening. Take care, my friends. Bye for now.